Grab your flat-bottom skiff. Grab your flat-bottom skiff, Wargamers. Tonight, we're going down the bayou. Our heroes have taken a boat. They've run ashore as close as they can get. They need to destroy 1, 2, and 3, what would you call it? Artifacts of evil. Unfortunately, to refresh your memory, if you weren't here in the last setup video, dry land can be moved at regular speed. The tabletop itself is hip-deep water. You move at half speed through there anytime you move. This is a spawn point. Our bad guys are going to spawn at 1, 2, 3, and 4 is right over there. We got a whole big menagerie of bad guys, all vaguely swamp, vaguely, what would you call it, reptilian in nature. The dank hole here and here. There's one more right there. Cannot be crossed at all. I could probably do some rules for the boat, but we're going to skip that. The boat's run aground. It's stuck. And that's all we have to do. I'm going to drop the camera, and we're going to take our first actions with our pact. We are going to start with our wizard. Graham Bavan can move 7 inches, and that's enough to bring him, well, it's going to be 2 to there, 3, 4, so he's going to stop right there. And remember, his oath is to investigate these spawn points. He's going to have to, he's going to be in trouble later on. So then he's going to use his first D10, and with a 0, he has investigated it, and now he's going to try to move off in this direction. So we'll start with this. He fails, and with a 2, he also fails. But at least he met 1 more of his oaths. The next thing we're going to do is try to bring up this muscle man. Now, he also has a 6-inch move, so that'll bring him to there with his free move, and then he's going to take 1 more action, and he's going to fail. This one is going to use his free move to get to there, and he's going to take his second action, and with a 4, he succeeds. So he can move. It's 2 inches to the island. That's 4, and he's got 2 more inches to go. Let's just run him right to the center. And then we've got our heavy hitter. I want to try to get him to the center as well. So his first action will be to go 2 inches to get to there, 3, 4, and he can only move 5 inches. So his first move is just going to take him to there. We're going to move him, we're going to roll a little better. All right, he gets a second 5-inch move, and that's only going to get him to here. He's going to take his third move, is going to take him 5 inches to, where do we want to move him? Let's bring him, we're going to bring him this way. 3, he can move to about right there. So he's hip deep in water right now. I'll tilt it up just a little bit so you can see where he is. That's where he ends his turn. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. He has 1 more move. Going off on his own with a 5. It's going to cost him 1 inch to get back on this island, and then he can move 4 more inches. So he's real tight, real close to making it to that first objective marker. But he is kind of out there on his own. Joanna is not so brave. She's going to use her free move. Now she's a little further away. You guess 1 inch to get to the edge of the boat? Yeah, sure. 3, 4, 5. And then 1.5 inches takes her to there. That's her free move. Let's bring everybody else up over here and see how close we can get them to there so that they can be ready to intercept that first batch of baddies. We'll just go ahead and from the bottom up, 10, she gets 1 move and 2 more moves. So the first move is going to be 5, 6, 7, and the second move is going to be, call it 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll tuck her in cover right there. Right behind the rocks. We're going to make a move to get to her. Remember that the rocks are actual terrain items. You have to kind of jump to get around. And that means our last movement is going to be 1 inch to the edge, 3, 4, 5, and then 1/2 inch into the water for Gordo. He's going to go ahead and take another move to get up to here. That's going to cost him 3 inches. And he's got another 3 inches. We'll put him right there. I think that gives him a pretty good angle of fire at all 4 corners. And then he's got one more move. Well, no, he doesn't. Let's see, that was 1 move. 2. So that was 1. That was 2. That was 3. He's got one more move. Well, let's go ahead and dump him. I just kind of like him right where he's at. There's not much you can do with one more move. So that's the end of turn 1. Time to bring on some bad guys. We'll roll for our swamp beast and a pair of tentacles. A 2 is going to bring him in over there. And then our hoppers are going to come on a 3 right here. Sorry, Mr. Wizard, but you're in trouble. The good news, or the bad news, depending on how you want to look at it, is that these islands are going to impact where these vermin can go, since they can't go straight to our boy here. They got to go around this way or this way. I'm going to send one around each way, and then he's going to just clamber straight over. So for the free move, this guy in front is the easy one. He's going to move just a straight 6 inches to there. He's going to move 6 inches to here, and this tentacle is going to move 6 inches to here. And then we're going to roll to see if he moves again. He does not. Does he move again? He does. And does that last vermin on the backside. He does move. So he's going to move around to right about here. And then this guy is going to move to contact. He doesn't have enough actions to attack, but he is now face-to-face with our tank. Now turning our attention to the fate of poor Graham. These guys are D8ers, and Graham's all on his own. The first one is going to make 2 attacks, and he only lands 1 of them, and his attack roll is a miss. The other one is going to make 2 attacks, and he only lands 1 of them, but that is going to be a hit. And Graham is wearing light armor, so he only saves on a 5 up. That 4 is a failure, so we have our first wound. And now poor Graham is not going to have his D10 for actions. Oh boy, let's put it right, since we're on a slope. There we go. The good news is it's turn number 2, so Graham can actually do something. And that's what we're going to do. He's going to start off. See, this is where it gets a little complicated. I wish I could move him, and then move him, and then move him again, but I can't. I got to pick and choose. Now, he has some useful abilities. Specifically, he has a teleport token, so he can teleport 3 inches away. And since it's a magic ability, he can teleport to right here. Doesn't face that half penalty. There we go. And that's his... Oh, are the tokens automatic? Let's check. He needs to burn an action, so let's see. He fails with his D8, and he succeeds with his D6, and then he has a free move. So I think the next thing to do is... oh, you can drink a potion in place of a free move, and he has a heal potion. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to go ahead and glug, glug, glug. Now the question is, does he get his third action with the D10 or not? It's not clear to me from the rules, so I'm going to say you're given your dice and free move at the start of your turn. If you heal, you don't get any more dice through the course of the turn. So you want to start off your turn all healed up. That means the next thing we need to think about is, do we leave him to fight or do we pull him back as well? I think well, let's do this. He's got a free move coming. So I'm going to move him over to, well, I'm going to slide him, see, oh, you can't even see him, can you? Here, let me help you out there. I'm talking about old Gordo. He wants to score himself some sweet silver, so he's going to run over to here. Unfortunately, this guy was blocking his line of sight. So we're going to move him over here, and he's going to use his flurry of blows. He gets to do this one time. He's going to use his D10 to take 3 shots at this guy right here. And why do we only have 2? All right, well, here's our 3D10. So he hits with 2 shots, and this horde guy now has to save on both of them. That's going to be it's going to be a 4-up on both of them. Yeah, so that one action, that's the kill. He goes down. And then we can use another action to shoot this guy. We're going to use our D8 now. And that's a hit, and he saves. And then we'll go ahead and take one more shot with... Oh, no, you know what? I forgot. He gets 2 dice because he's shooting. So that's 1 hit, and he does not save. So that's 2 kills for Gordo. And that's it for Gordon. Then we're going to use this guy. He's going to use his free move to get in front of Gordon and defend him. And I think we're going to leave him there to slow down and protect our wizard. He gets a turn, so we're going to send him up. He's going to use his free move, 6 inches. So 3 will get him there, 6 will get him there, and then he's going to use his other move to stop right there, if he can. And he can't, he's going to have to stop right here on the shore. I guess we'll just put him there. Okay, so who's up next? Joanna is too far away to do much good. And then we got Don Cossack back there. Let's take a look at where we put that guy. All right, our hireling is over here. Joanna's over here. And I think we're going to move Joanna down here and hope that we don't get any spawns in this direction. She can use her free move. And she moves 7 inches. So 2 will get her to there. 7 will get her to there. And then she's going to have to start burning actions. So the first thing we want to do is roll for her second move, which will take her up to the spawn point. Then she's going to make a melee attack. Now she's not much one... Oops, sorry, tree. She's not one for melee, so she only gets to roll 1 dice. 1 die. And she gets a big 5. And that's it. That's all. That seems easy. Nope, that's it. 1 successful melee attack action. That means the last thing we got to do is deal with Gordo, or Don Cossack down here, who is going to start off by slaying that vermin that's all up in his face. And he gets 2 hits. Well, he gets 1 hit, actually. The vermin has to save on a 4-up. And does not, and Don is able to score himself a 3 silver bounty. Now we can use his free movement, and that means he can move. It's going to cost him 3 inches to get across to there. Well, where was he? It's going to cost him 3, yeah, and then he's got 2 left, so he's standing right there. He's already used his D8s. Now he's going to use his his D10s. Now he's going to use his D8s to try and score a hit. And he does, and the second consecrated area is dead, and he still has a D6 to try something. And let's get him back to safety, shall we? So with a 6, he's going to come back to here. And that's going to be the end of the hero's turn. So now we got to spawn some more baddies. And this time around, we've got 3 more hordes. And they're going to come on a 1 on the north side of the table. And our 2 more hoppers are going to come on 2 over here. We're going to use the AI by the book. We're going to roll a die, and on an even number... by the book, creatures not in combat will move to the nearest dude. On an odd number, creatures not already in combat will move to the nearest objective. So we got an even number. All creatures not actively engaged in combat will converge on the nearest guy. And that's going to be, in all cases, all of our bad guys. Don, you are the bulwark. You are the one leading, standing in the way. So he's close enough to use his free move to get to within attack range, and he's going to try to attack. And with a 6, he gets the attack off, and that attack is successful. Now, Don here has a shield, so for this attack only, he gets an extra +1. In addition to his heavy armor, he is going to be saving on a 6. He needs a 2 up. A 4 does it. He's safe. Problem he's going to start running into here is that as we move this guy into combat, oh, he's not close enough. So 6 will get you there. And then one more move, he doesn't move, and then we'll go with these two hordes over here. They get their free move of 5 inches as hoppers. And then we're just going to roll, oh, they get 2d8. So the first one is going to try to hop again, and he does, and then he does not. So that 5 inches, he doesn't care about the water, puts him right there. And this hopper is going to make 1 hop to there, and that's as close as he can get. Then we've got our bats and our 2. I'm going to move them 6 inches just so you can see where they're at. The bats are going to fly 6 inches to here, and these 2 tentacle beasts, or beast tentacles, are going to wind up right there. Then we'll roll 2d6 to see if those tentacles can get closer to Cossack, and a pair of deuces is not going to do it. And then we've got 1 more for the bats, and that's not going to do it either. All right, so that's the end of turn number 2. Pretty good so far. Let's go on to our hero's turn, where all we have to do is destroy these, and we're all done. It's got to be a melee attack, though, so we got to get somebody to within melee. We might be able to win this right here. The problem is that we've got a lot of objectives and curses we need to deal with first. So I think what I want to do is, I think I want to start with Don Cossack. He needs to clear up some of those curses, and he needs to do some more research too. So crazy as this sounds, I'm going to start with, let's start with this guy. He can move 1 and then 2.5 inches. Oh boy, if he moves to here, that's his first move. And his second move, a 5 will let him do it. He's going to move to right here, and he's going to try to draw some aggro. This guy's free move, he can move 4 inches to there, and then 1 more inch to right here. So he's following up, and that's just his free move. For his second move, he can move another 3 inches to here. So he is still in the water. All right, our wizard here is going to rush 4. That's his free move to there. Then he's going to try to get off a flight spell with his... Oh, he gets to roll 2d10 to get that off. And he does. So he can move another 8 inches to here. And then if we turn so you can see how close he is, that's his first non-free move. He's going to use his D8 to try to get... Yep, so he is going to be able to get over to the spawn point. And on a 2... Nope, he failed. So he still needs to try and figure out where these bad guys are coming from. So we've moved him and our 2 henchies. And I want Cossack. He needs to take out a couple of these frogmen that are hiding behind the tree. We're going to help him out a little bit, though. We're going to use our free move here to bring Gordo up. And then Gordo's going to take a shot at... Let's start with... Come over here, camera. All right. That didn't help us out so much, did it? A little bit more? I hope I remember to edit this grinding sound out. If I don't, forgive me. But now you can actually see where most of these bad guys are. We've got 3 of them over here. Who is Gordo going to shoot at? We're going to go ahead and take a shot at the big boy first. And he gets 1 hit. And the big boy saves on a 4 up, and he saves. So now we got to take a shot with our 8. And we're going to use our homing attack. So that is at a... +2 to attack. Foe is at -2. That's at a +2, so it hits on a 2. The foe is at -2, so he needs a 6 up to save, and a 2 is not going to do it. Gordo knocks over a horde. Oh, he's doing really good. Now he's got one more attack, and we're going to use this attack, just a straight-up attack, to go after this tentacle here. He gets a hit, and that tentacle saves on a 4-up, and it fails, so that's a vermin down to the bow of Gordo. Man, really coming through today, Gordo. Making up for lost time, aren't you? We got 2 more heroes yet to go. And as much as I would love... All right, first things first. Free move to come over here into the water. Going to use a D6 to pray for the fallen. Hey, we got it. Don has now prayed for 5. You know, we're gonna move up into melee actually, and we're gonna go ahead and we'll use our free turn. I guess I should probably try to kill that guy first. Let's use our 8s to kill that guy. And 3s aren't gonna do it, bud. You got one more action. And let me pull that here where you can see it. And a 4 is gonna be a hit. He saves on a 4-up. That's a save, so he's still kicking. And we got one more guy left to go. Joanna, what are you gonna do? Our turn counter should say turn number 3. Ah, Joanna, you're such a sucker for a man in a robe. We're going to move 2 inches to here, and then 2.5 to there with our free move. That's where she's going to stop. She's got to try and help protect this guy. Our spellcasters got to keep running off on their own. They're getting themselves into trouble. I forgetted, she actually gets to roll 2 dice for her movement, so she gets to move 1 more time. She's going to move to here, and then she is going to hold her action. So she has an 8 and a 10. I'm going to put these dice right there next to her to remind me that once the bad boys come on, she can do her thing. And they're going to come on right now. Let's take a look at who it is and where they're coming from. All right, we're going to start with our snake and 2 tentacles. These are all vermin, although one of them is poisonous. 1, 2, they're coming in on the north. And then our froggers, if it's a 3, I'm going to laugh. It's a 2. So everybody's coming from that direction. Let's start with our even odd. On an even, they're going to move to the nearest, contact the nearest opponent. Contact the nearest opponent. So we are going to, let's start with the guy that's going to make his first 2 attacks. He's going to get, well, I suppose I should do this one at a time, shouldn't I? He's going to attack and miss. He's going to attack and hit. So he's going to make his attack roll, and he hits. And Don Cossack has 2 chances to roll. It's the first attack. He saves on a 2-up. Hey, look at that. He got a 3. All right, so that's the first attack. Now, the next attack that comes in, this guy gets a free whack. And because Don has already fighting somebody, he's going to save on a 4-up. It's going to be +1 for his heavy armor, -1 because it's the second attack. Assuming that vermin, he doesn't even get his attack off. The third guy is going to fly in, and that's this bat who is just out of range. He's going to fly to here, and he has to make a move, and a 4 will do it. So Don Cossack is now contacted by 3 separate enemies. Since these 3 guys are done, and Don is already swamped, see what I did there, huh? Huh? We're going to turn these 2 guys loose over here, and I need to move the camera so you can actually see who they're going after. I'm going to start with Graham out here. He's going to try to investigate this spawn point 1 more time, and he's just going to use his 6. Well, that's a little cock. Let's try that 1 more time. That 4 is going to do it. Now he's going to use his free move. It's going to be 2 inches to there, and it's going to cost him another 4 to get across, and then he can just move a 1/2 inch. So he's just right there. That's as close as he can get. But actually, I need to move him up here, I think, because he's going to use his D8 to try to pop off a Mage Bolt spell, and he's going to get, well, he's going to get it off with an 8 and a 1. Now I need to declare targets. The Mage Bolt spell has a range of 12 inches, so he can go pretty much wherever he wants. He's going to fire off, and I like to fire off 2 and 2. So I'm going to fire 2 off at this guy, and neither of them are going to hit, and 2 at this guy, And one of those is going to hit and force a save, so he dies. And now Graham has his first vermin kill. Man, I really want to use his flame barrier, but he's out of position. So we're going to go ahead and use our D10s. We're going to use our D10s, where are they, to fire off another mage bolt. And with a 5, it's going to be successful. And now we're going to hit this guy with 2. Wait, is he in range? Yup. And those two are going to, one of them is going to hit, and that vermin is going to save. And the other 2 are going to go to this guy. And so those were snake eyes. Nice shooting techs. You're going to have to do better than that. So we investigated, we moved, we shot 2, he's done. Now it's her turn. And she also has, we need to free somebody up. This is going to be tough. We're not going to be able to end it on this turn. And we got a lot of hordes coming. All right, what do you got? What do you got in your bag of tricks there, Joanna? She has a Mage Bolt scroll. Now, you know, she could run up and attack, but we're not ready for that yet. All right, we're going to hold off on her for a second. We want to do Don Cossack over here, tearing things up. He is going to start by attacking the vermin right there, and he's going to miss with both of his attacks. That's pretty embarrassing, guy. So we're going to attack that vermin again and get a hit, and the vermin is going to roll to save, and then we're going to roll to attack that vermin one more time, and we're going to miss both times. Don, you're killing me, Don. All right, he's done. Fortunately, we got, you know, I don't know if I used him last turn. All right, we're going to use our free move to here. And we're going to take a shot at him with our D10s. Nope. Oh, the wheels are coming off the bus. We're going to take a second shot at him. There's one hit. And does he save? With a 5, he does. And then we've got one last chance. You have anything else you can do, Gordo? Well, he's got a bottle of boom, but we're too stuck in. So he gets one hit. And there you go. There's a dead tentacle. We'll take it. Another vermin bites the muck, I guess you would have to say. Who else we got? We got this guy here can launch an attack. He is a D8er. The hireling. Does he only roll 1 D8? Yeah, they're good minions. So he actually has 2 D8. So he's going to make an attack against that snake, and he's going to miss. He's going to launch a second attack, and that 5 is going to be a hit. So the snake has to save 4 up, and a 6 is going to be a successful save. This guy here is going to go ahead and use an attack against a minion, and he's going to hit, and the bad guy is going to save. He's going to use his second attack. That 8's a hit, and the Frogger is going to save. So he's locked in Mortal Kombat. Not doing so great. With all that said and done, I'm getting a little nervous about how things are going here. She's going to use her free move to there. She has a Mage Bolt scroll, and she is going to try to use that with her D8. So I got 8, 10, and 6. So her 8... Wait a minute. Why would she use a scroll when she's got all these potions? We're going to use a big bottle of boom. It's got a 3-inch blast radius. And if we hit this tree here, it's going to catch that guy and that guy. And, you know, since these guys are in combat, I'm going to rule it's not going to be able to hit this guy. We're going to use the D10ers for that. The big bottle of boom. A 7 is a hit. And now he and he both have to make some saves. And they're rolling on a D6. So first him is a failure, and now him is a success. But she killed one vermin. Good job, Joanna. So for her second action, she's going to roll 2d8 to see if she can move. And look at that, she can. She's going to hop over here, and she's going to harvest this tentacle for her stuff. Wait a minute, you're not gonna, oh, you're just gonna do your, oh my gosh, it's a success. She has met another of her vows, bringing her up to 6. Man, these vows are really killing me. They are not easy, and that is the end of the turn. We're moving on to the darkness phase, and here come 6 hordes. I've got 2 groups of 3. Let's just go ahead and roll to see where they come from. They're going to come from the north and from the... Oh, 1, 2, 3. All right, so from the east and the south. You can't see the guys in the south. They look like these 3. The good news is these guys move half speed through the water, so that's going to buy us just a little bit of time, maybe enough to win this game. We need to roll our even odds. Evens, they're going to go for the nearest unengaged warrior. Odd means they're going to go towards that objective. But I got to be honest with you, putting them towards the objective, that's kind of a pointless roll in this case, because moving to the objective, let's see, that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 6, and 6. That's their free move. The problem is that all of our unengaged boys are between the reinforcements and the objective. So that's our free moves for those guys. I got 3 guys that are going to try to engage him. Poor old Gordo. Let's see. Only one of them is going to make it, and he doesn't. Oh, no. That's not right at all. That's not right at all. These guys are 8ers. So the first one is going to move to engage, and he's going to try to attack. And a 2 is a failure. The second one is going to fail to move, and fail to move. The third one is going to fail to move, and fail to move. Oh, you got lucky, Gordo. Now these 3 guys, ooh. Let's do this tentacle first. That tentacle is attacking. Well, we got 2 vermin. The tentacle is going to try to attack. He's going to, and he's going to miss. The snake is going to try, and he's going to miss. Then we've got 2 froggers here. The first one is going to try to attack twice, and he doesn't. And the second one is going to attack twice, and he gets off 1 attack, which hits. And that henchman there saves on a 4-up, so he is standing strong. Keep going, buddy. You're doing great. Keep it up. Now we've got the big battle with Don Cossack. He's going to be attacked twice by the frogman. And that frogman's going to get off an attack, which is going to miss. Then he's going to be attacked by 2 different vermin. One of them is going to get an attack off. It's going to miss, so he is still standing strong as well. I think we want to use our cleave on him. We still have 3 more of these guys to go, and they're going to bypass Don Cossack, who's fighting for his life in hip deep water. They're going to, the first one's going to try to move twice. He's going to get 1 move, 2 moves, and 1 move. So one of them, they all get to move 12 inches, 6 inches. And that's 2.5. That's 6 inches to right there, right onto the land. The last guy has another 6 inches to go to move, so he's going to wind up moving across this island to right here. He's not going to bother with a distracted enemy. And that is it for the turn. We're going to move on to turn number 5. Remember when I thought I was going to be able to end it last turn? Man, was I naive or what? We're going to start with Joanna. Joanna, oh, selfish Joanna. What are you even doing, baby? Why are you going that way? Why are you moving 2, 4, 7 to there, and then using a D8 to try to move to the tentacle and fail? Oh, you get to roll 2D8 though. And with a 6, oh, you can't even see that. Let me roll where you can see. She's going to move to this tentacle, and then she's going to roll her D10 to investigate. And she succeeds, so her vow is rapidly coming to a close. That's number 7 for her. And she still has 1 more move. She used her 8s and her... 8s and 10s. I think she has a 10 left over. And she's going to use that. It's going to be, oh, no, she used her 10 to move. She used her 8s to investigate. She still has a pair of 6s to try and move one more time. So she's going to move 3.5 inches. We'll go ahead and measure. I think it's 3.5. Yep. To here. So she's ready for next turn to investigate that guy. Wow, man. That's pretty bold. All right, we're going to do this guy next. And he's going to he's going to attack. Oh. I guess I should probably, well, he did 2 attacks on that snake. And one of the attacks hits, and the snake rolls a 3, so that snake dies. Nobody gets any gold for that because a hireling did it. But hey, 1 less attack is great. That's all of his actions. This other hireling here is going to take 2 swings, and he's going to miss with both of them. Gordo has already used his get out of melee free card, hasn't he? Looks like it was Graham that used his evasion scroll. Gordo's going to use his now. He's not built for melee. He's going to flash over here. And then he's going to try to use his bottle of boom. He's going to throw. All right, so that's his. Well, that's a scroll. He needs to roll to see if he can do that. So we got to roll a d10 to see if he's successful. And he is. Now he's going to use his d8 to try to huck his bottle of boom right here. And he missed. So for the first time, we have a missed potion. And we're going to roll a d10 to see how many inches. And we're going to roll a direction die. So it moves 1.5 inches to the, well, here. Well, it was to the northeast. You're going to have to taste. You can go back and pause it if you don't believe me. So the northeast is going to be 1.5 inches from here. It's going to be 1.5 inches, and it's going to stop. It's actually going to land right there. We'll put a die on it. And then that potion has a 3-inch, what is it, 3-inch radius? So anybody within 1.5 inches, which means it's only going to catch this guy right here. Let's take a look at the bottle of boom. Sometimes I like to take a little extra time to get it right. The big bottle of boom, small blast template. All models must roll 4+ to dodge defend at -2. So this one guy here is really the only one that's close enough. And he's got to roll a d8. And he saves on a 6-up. So he's okay. Well, that's all right. We still have, that was 2 actions. He can still move. And he can still get off his d6ers for a shot. So he can shoot at this guy. And he gets a hit. So that guy's going to save on a 4-up. And he saves. All right, fine. Well, we're going to go ahead and use our last move to pull back. It's just a free move. So we're going to pull back around to here so we can take cover. And who's next? I think it's going to have to be Don Cossack. And then our resident wizard. So, hey, Don, how you feeling about this, huh? Feeling a little overwhelmed, are you? Won't be for long. Let's go ahead and take out those bats first. What do you say? 1 and a 3 is not going to do it. All right, we're going to use his special action. He's going to cleave. He gets a +1, and he's attacking the frogman. So he hits, and the frogman, because it's a cleave, is a -3. I hope I didn't use this ability already. The frogman is going to save on a 7-up. No good. That was his 8, and then he's going to pray for the fallen. And he gets his prayer for the fallen. So where are you at in your vow there, buddy? Number 6. All right, he's on pace to make his by the end of the game. Unfortunately, he's going to get hammered. We've got one more guy ready to go. Our resident wizard over here is going to move. He can move. It's 4 inches to get onto dry land. And then he's going to... What are you going to do there, buddy? What are you going to do? I think we're going to fire 4 mage bolts at him. He's going to roll 2d10 to see if he gets off the spell. And with a 10, he does. So he's got all 4 bolts. It's going to be 1 hit, and with a 4 and a 3, he's got 2 hits. So this guy has to make 2 saves. And that superior mage bolt, it's a -1 to the DD. So they actually only save on a 5-up. He fails both of them. He goes down. Graham has a horde, but he's only got 1 more. So we moved. We cast a spell with our 10s. We're going to cast a spell with our 8s. And we're going to try to cast a wall of fire. We get it off. Fantastic. Range of 10. I finally get to use my little wall of fire. He does not want to have to deal with anybody coming up behind him. So we're going to put that wall of fire right here like this. And then if anybody comes through on the... If we roll a 1 for our... what do you call it? If we roll 1 for the horde, they're going to have to go around. Let's hope that it doesn't come to that. And it might. Man, look at all this carnage. We're going to lift off some of these corpses that aren't going to do us any good. We got to tidy up this battlefield a little bit. And she's already prayed for that one, and we're not going to do that one. And then we have 1 more vermin here that's going to get out of the way. Okay, so we now have 3 hordes who are going to be coming on from the direction of 2, which is the north. We have 2 terrors that are coming on from 4, which is going to be that wall of fire. Good call, Graham. And now let's see what their goal is. On evens, they go to the nearest bro, and that's going to be their attack. So these guys over here, I'll put them up here where you can see them. These guys are going to be targeting our wizard, but they're going to have to circle around to do it. And where are we at here? Let's start with the guys in the center and work our way out. We've got a hireling here that's beset and holding his ground. One of them gets an attack, and that attack is a hit, and our hireling fails his save, so he finally goes down. The other Frogger there is going to attack that hireling. Well, he's going to use his free move to close, and then he's going to use his 2 attacks, and he gets 2 attacks, and he hits with both, and our hireling saves on a 4-up, and our hireling goes down. Oh, what an ugly... All right, so now there's a vermin just behind the tree there that's going to slide over to attack. It's going to be a melee attack on our selfish... Oh, my gosh. Well, free move into contact, and then a d6 to attack. It's going to be a hit, and she saves on a 6. Wow, that's pretty tough. Way to go, Joanna. All right, so that's those guys. Now we're going to do the 2 melee guys that are fighting Don over here. They are both vermin. They're both in. It doesn't matter which one. One of them gets off an attack. It's a hit, and Don is going to save on anything but a 1. Oh, boy, thank goodness for that shield, huh? So he blocks with a shield, and now he's got the issue that one of these guys, these are our D8ers, is going to move to contact. And now he's going to be at a -2 if this guy is going to make 2 attacks, and they both are successful. He gets 1 hit, and now Don has, now he's at -2 because of, this is the second attack. He's a +1 for his heavy armor, so he only saves on a 5-up. And a 3 ain't going to do it. So Don takes a wound and is down to just 2 actions. And it's going to get worse from here because this guy is going to move. Where's the nearest? Where's the nearest? He's going to move for, that's 4, 6. And then he's going to try to move to contact Joanna, and a 2 won't do it, and he's going to try to move to contact, and a 5 will. So he's going to block her off, but he's done. Then we got this guy down here. He's going to try to make 2 moves plus his free move. His free move gets him to there. And then he'll move to the nearest non-engaged enemy. So he can move 2 inches to here, 6, and then his last one, that's 2. So there we go. But Gordo is fighting behind a log now. So he's got that going for him, which is nice. Then we got 5 guys down here. And I'm going to start, because I can't remember all this stuff. We'll stand you back up. They are also going to converge on... Well, we're going to send 2 for him, and the other 3 are going to move to the wizard. So that's 4 inches, 6. I'm going to use all of their free moves to start with. That's going to be 4, 5, 6. And likewise with these guys. So that's their free move. Now we need to start rolling to see how close they can get. It's going to be 2... That's going to be 6 inches away. So the first one gets 1 move. This one gets 2 moves, and he contacts our wizard. Then we got 3 guys down here. The first one gets 1 move, the second one gets 1 move, and the third one gets 1 move. So they all move 6 inches, and that's going to take them 3 to their 1.5 inches. They're going to be just in the water like so, ready to leap out. And we got to get somebody over. We got to get somebody over here. I don't know how we do that. Particularly given that we still have 2 terrors that have to go, and those 2 terrors are going to have to move 3 inches to here. And I guess we'll send them around like this, 3. So that's 3 inches, and we'll split them up to make it more complicated. Now this wall of fire will stay till the end of the next round, fortunately. Those terrors each get 3 moves. So I'm going to start with this guy. He's going to try to move, and a 2 is going to be a fail. He's going to try to move, and he gets to. It's 6 inches to about there, and he doesn't have a clear line of sight. I don't think you can shoot into melee. So he's gonna move 1 more time. And 0 is going to let him move basically wherever he wants. He's going to move to here. And then this guy is going to try to move, and move, and move. So he gets 1 more move. 6 inches is going to take him to right there. And that's the end of turn 5. As you can see, we are on turn 6 of this bloodbath. And we're going to start with our wizard. He's going to use his detonation. Kablamo! When he uses that, that's one of his wizard abilities. It's called Arcane Detonation. And the way it works is you look up the rule. It's a really good one. Area of effect. All enemies within 3 inches of the caster have to make a save, -2 penalty to their defense rolls. It attacks all the enemies. But that is he's doing something. So he's got to roll for a success, and he does. And since he's using his D, well, it doesn't matter what he's using. We've got 1, 2, 3 guys that are going to take that it might affect. So we'll start with the one who's in melee, and he goes down. Wait, he is at -2, so they save on a 6-up. He fails, and he succeeds. So these 2 guys go down. 2 more hordes for good old Graham. Now that was his D10. So he's going to, I wish he had his flight spell there. It's going to be 2 inches. And then, let's see, how do we do this? It's going to be 2.5 inches to there. And he moves 7 inches. So it's going to cost him, that's 5.5, and then 1 inch to there. And then, okay, that was his free move. Now, he's going to make a melee attack. That's a hit. And that's the end of the game. Oh, thank goodness for the Arcane Detonation. Another successful battle. And we didn't rack up a whole lot of kills this time around. Not a lot of silver for this one, but we survived. We beat the game, and we're going to go ahead and call it quits right here. pack everything up, and when we come back in the next video, we'll tally up our silver, and we'll look and see what the next... Oh, by the way, with this 4th battle, all of our boys and our pretty little lady level up. So we got to do some stuff. We need silver, we need loot, we need level ups, and we need to establish what the 5th battle is going to be, and it's going to be a rough one because we're going to have even more bad guys on the table. So look for that soon. In the meantime, I'm praying for you.